What's up, people? How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. That's not working. Let's see. Backwards here, I'm going solo. You can crouch on that. Same layout. I'm messing around with these layouts here in StreamYard. Princess, please get down. Here, come on, get down. I guess that's not going to work. Solo. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. My friends Reggie and Ayana turned me on to StreamYard. And I figure since I'm talking to you guys every week, I should go ahead and jump on board and use it as well. I do like it because it allows me to go live in both groups. Now, I will tell you guys, I'm not planning on using this to go live on Facebook, okay? I'm merely trying this out for today. If you want to get in on the lives, get in on the book reviews, get in on the trainings that I do online, you will have to go to our YouTube channel in order to join, okay? So this is something I'm trying out. So hopefully you guys on Facebook can see me and hear me and go to the group. I got my nails done today. I got them cut down because, yeah, they were way too long. And they were starting to hurt, because I'm on a computer. It was starting to hurt, and I was like, girl, cut these all the way down. And I'm supposed to be going to an event next weekend. So I just want to make sure that my nails were looking good. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see. Why is that right there? Okay. I'm just going to go to the comments. Let's see. Hi, Reggie. Hi, Terry. Hi, Coconut Lady. You're welcome. Okay. So we're going to be looking at my book. Okay. If you don't have it, I did drop in the video description, the link for you to be able to get this. You can get this on Kindle or you can get it paper copy. I know some people like to have it in their hands, so they'll order that, but you don't need the book to follow along, okay? Just take notes, because I never want you guys to think, oh, every time I go on there, she want me to buy her book. No, I don't. You don't have to buy my book. My book is for those who want to buy it, okay? If you don't want to buy it, you can just watch the video, follow along. I'm not going to be sharing the pages or anything like that, but I am going to be reading different things in the book. And if you are watching and you don't have the book, make sure you have a notepad so that you can take notes, guys, because I want you to get this information. So right now, Terry, yes, but it's really going to be based on how I'm feeling and if I have the time to do it. Last weekend, I wasn't able to do it, so I skipped. The weekend before that, I did it. This weekend, I'm doing it. Next weekend, I won't be able to do it because I'll be at an event. So we'll end up skipping a week. So it's up to you. Now, those of you who are on Facebook, and you're saying hello, you have to put your name because the only thing it shows me is Facebook user. See? You see that on the screen? It just says Facebook user. It doesn't tell me who you are. But hello. All right. So we are going to be doing, what is it? Guide. We're doing 1A and 2, I believe. Okay, good, Terry. Hold on just a second. Somebody's emailing me. Oh, I forgot to check this. Oh, I forgot to check that. Okay, so Guide 1A, Notary Public and Signing Agent Supplies. All right, so the good thing about this chapter or guide is that those of you who are just getting started out and you want to know what supplies is essential, what supplies is not, this will be good for you. Hello, another Facebook user. You guys got to put your names if you want me to say hello and address you accordingly. Is it about general notary? Yes, we're going to be talking about general notary and signing agent supplies in this guide. Okay, we're on guide 1A for those of you who are following along and you have the book. All right, so we all know that we need to have the appropriate supplies in order to do our jobs, right? I can't tell you guys how many times I have heard people when I go to their home tell me their notary came and didn't have anything. Their notary came, hi Tommy. Their notary came, didn't have an ink pen. Notary came, didn't have a paper clip, didn't have nothing, like I don't understand, no stapler. So anyway, let's go over Notary Public and Signing Agent Supplies in Guide 1A, okay? So, of course, we all know we need our notary journal and we need a notary stamp. I don't care if your state says that a notary journal is not required. A notary journal is essential because you need to keep records of the documents you notarize. Way back in the day, people were able to make copies of the documents they notarized. Hi, Sharon. So it wasn't really a big issue, but you need to be keeping record of every transaction you put your name and stamp on. Because if you are questioned about it somewhere in the future, you're not going to remember that transaction, anything about it. You're not going to remember the people, the date, the time, what the weather was. You're not. Okay. So keeping a journal, having a journal, essential. Make sure you have one. You need your stamp. Okay. For those of you who are in states where you can have a mini stamp, I highly recommend it because when I was getting started out 3 years ago, I was notarizing a lot of general notary because that was my niche. I didn't want to jump into signing agent. So I was coming across documents and every time, hi Maria, that's awesome. Hi Jay. Every time I get called for a document, I go and my stamp, my stamp is the regular size stamp, right? I didn't have a mini. I could barely fit my stamp in the space and then I would be nervous because I'm like, I was taught that the stamp can't cover the words, can't cover any lines or nothing. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I made it. But as soon as I was able, I ordered that mini stamp and got that. And I tell you, I use my mini stamp more than I use my traditional. Now, I do tell you to check with your state because there are some states that mandate what size your stamp needs to be. So that means that you're not able to get a mini stamp. You have to use the exact dimensions that is mentioned in your state handbook. Okay. But for those of you who are in a state where you can have a mini stamp, I'm in Florida, get you a mini stamp. Next, there are some states that require you to take a thumbprint. California is one of them. Hi, Facebook user again. Make sure you guys drop your names in when you're posting from Facebook, okay? An English fingerprint pad is what you want to get, okay? Because you just don't want to get your signers all messy, especially if they're at work or even if they're at home, they don't want ink on them. Get you an English fingerprint pad so you can collect thumbprints, okay, in your journal. Next, you're gonna need a smartphone, okay? You have to have a smartphone. You cannot have a flip phone, okay? You need a smartphone because you need to be able to text. You need to be able to get emails. You need to be able to send pictures if possible. You need to be able to scan and do whatever else you do, especially for general notary. If you are accepting payments, cash is good, but I don't know about you, but I don't carry cash all the time. So if I'm doing a transaction and the person doesn't accept credit cards, I'm kind of looking like, what? Why? Okay, so a smartphone for that. I use Stripe. I have the tap to pay option. Some of my customers, they use Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, and just, in general, the digital card. So I offer tap to pay so that they don't have to go through the whole process of having a physical card or having cash. And I do get quite a bit of customers that use this. So having that smartphone to be able to process that is essential. Loose notary certificates. You need to have copies of jurats and acknowledgments. And another important document that you need to have, and you're not going to have to use the certificate that often, okay? But I like to keep it in my bag anyway. Credible witness. I go to nursing homes and assisted living places, even the hospital sometimes. And sometimes the people there, their IDs are expired and they don't have another way to obtain an ID. So if I didn't have that credible witness certificate in my bag, I'd be SOL. And hopefully you guys know what that means. You want to have your state handbook on you, okay? And I know you're thinking like, well, why would I pull that out while I'm with a customer? One, you guys need to stop being scared of not knowing the answer to everything when you're out doing notary work. There are so many different things that we can do as a notary in our state. And the thing is, we're not going to be doing the same thing all the time. So some things you may forget. Having that state handbook on you to reference is ideal. Not only for that, but for the purposes of, if you're telling a customer you cannot do something and they're like, well, the other notary did it, you can show them why. In my state handbook, it says right here, I cannot do this, okay? Knowledge is power. And our customers, they're not supposed to know what we can and can't do. So educating them, it helps, okay? It may not be what they want to hear at the time because they need you to notarize the document, but I still like to educate them and let them know, hey, I can't do this, so that they don't think that I'm being discriminatory, right? You need to have pens. Oh my God, guys, you're a notary. You should have pens. You need black and you need blue, okay? Most legal documents want blue ink. You have some documents that will actually say on there, use this color ink only, okay? I do weddings. So the marriage license here in Florida, it specifically says on there, black ink only, right? So you need black, blue ink pens. You need ink pens, not gel, okay? What's the other one? What's the other one? It's gel and something else that look like a marker, but you need ballpoint ink pens, okay? None of those fancy inks. You need to have an invoice and receipt book for general notary work specifically, okay? You are going to, depending on who you're marketing to and who your clients are, if you're working with an attorney, they will probably just have you send them an invoice and it doesn't need to be on paper. I use an invoicing software. It is included with my accounting software. But for those customers who don't have the ability, oh, wow, okay. Let me share this. A customer called and wanted to price compare to another state as I was higher. Stand firm to your fees. Yeah, your fees are your fees, guys. And I will get into that because I have a scenario to share with you guys as well based on that. So I'll keep it up on the screen so I don't forget. All right. So invoice and receipt book. Those are good for those customers who don't have the smartphone, i.e. my nursing home and assisted living people. Okay, so you want to make sure that, especially for those who are sticklers and they want a receipt, okay? You don't want to just be pulling out a notepad and just writing something just to appease them. You want to look professional. Have you a receipt book. In your receipt book, it should be able for you to list items, okay? You want to itemize, you want to list travel fee, this, notarization, this, time, this, whatever you did, you want to list it. You don't want to just say notary done, $50. Well, what did I pay $50 for? Oh, you paid $50 for this, $50 for that. No, I need to see it. And I do have, especially those customers who were professionals in their past, they don't play about not getting a receipt. Okay. And if I can't email them or text message them, they want me to write it out. So I very rarely have to use my receipt book, but I have it in my bag and I have used it. Okay. Next, business cards. I have to tell you guys a story, and I'm make it short. You need to have business cards. And when you have your business cards, you need to keep them somewhere where they're not going to get messed up. I went to a signing, and it was at a church. And within the same plaza of the church, there was a title company and a real estate office. And they were joined, which means they worked together, but they were separated. So I wanted to go and talk to them, introduce myself, and give them my card. I had one card in my purse. That card was so dirty, y'all. It was so dirty. It had lint, all type of stuff. It was discolored. And I was embarrassed. And I'm like, I guess I won't be going to the title office today. So keep your business cards. Keep them in a place where they cannot be damaged and embarrass you. Absolutely. Don't laugh at me. So yeah, keep business cards, okay? And then for those of you who, let's say you do run out of business cards, okay? And a person does have a smartphone. You guys should have the Hi Hello app. I know there are other apps where you can have like a digital card. Download the Hi Hello app. You get a free digital card, set it up. That way you can send it to them. All right. And that's better than a paper card because once you send it to them, it saves right in their contact list. All right. So I'm going to put it in the comments. Oh, wait. What is it telling me? Let me open this up. Can post comments to some destinations. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to type in here, Hi Hello app, for you guys who are not familiar with it. Hi Hello app for digital business card. Someone commented on my short video about digital business cards. Like, why do you need one? You don't have to have one. Okay, you could just have the traditional paper card. But I will tell you, some people do prefer that. And I like the digital card because, like I said, once they get it, it saves to their contact list. So they can lose or misplace a business card, but the digital one, they cannot. It gets saved in their contacts. All right. Next, you want to have a small bag for your notary stamp, pens, stapler. You need to be able to have all that stuff together. Okay. You don't want to just have that bag, and the bag is on Etsy. Okay. There's this bag. It's really cute. You can get it, get your name embroidered on there, and it says Notary. It has a little feather pin. You guys may have seen it. It doesn't have any compartments. It has like a little inside zipper where you can throw some pins in, and that's it. But it doesn't have compartments. Okay. So you'll just be throwing stuff in there, and that stuff will be. Can you type the app name on Facebook? Thank you. I don't think it will share on Facebook, so I think it only shares on, I guess it only shares on YouTube because it's telling me here it can't post comments to some destinations. Hi Hello app is spelled HIHELLO. So Hi Hello. Let me show it on my phone right quick. Okay. Can you see that? I can't see it really. Can't. Oh, wait. It's kind of showing. Okay, so it's this app here. And when you click on it, it opens up. And there's my different cards. And then, oh, crap. Well, yeah. So they can scan the QR code and get it, or you can send it as a text. See? It says send or whatever. And let me view it. There's my card. It comes up like this on their end. And it has all my information saved. And it saves directly to their contact. Okay. All right. So you got to have a small bag for your notary stamp, pen, stapler. Okay. Next, you need a clipboard. You need a clipboard or two. I have notarized in the parking lot several times. You're going to need a clipboard or two. Okay. Paper clips. When I do signings and they are filling out that funds authorization, where they want their funds or proceeds to be sent to, and they ask for a voided check. They do not want you stapling that check to that document. You're going to need a paper clip. Paper clip the check to the document. Okay? Don't just sit it in there. Okay? When you're mailing it off. Next, binder clips. Okay? I do use binder clips. I heard someone mention to just use rubber bands, but when I've used rubber bands, it has ripped the paper on the sides. Okay? Not a good look when you're sending those documents back to title or hand delivery. Okay? So binder clips. And I get all sizes. I have the mini ones and I have the really big ones. Okay? And I know some people are like, well, they cost so much. However you want to look to your client, that's on you. I use binder clips. Flag tabs. Flag tabs are super important, especially when you're starting out. Okay? Even for experienced notaries, you are going to want to have these. I don't use these all the time, but if I know that I'm going to be going to someone's job and they're going to be on their lunch break, okay, I don't want to be rushing through papers and forget a signature line or an initial line or a date. So I will purposely flag the documents that they have to sign that I have to sign, because they don't want to read anything. They don't want me to read anything to them. They want me to go to the signature page, have them sign because they're on their lunch break. All right, so that's when I use these, okay? I also use these if title has contacted me and said that there's a document in there. It doesn't have a signature line or initial line, but we want them to sign it. So when you get instructions from these companies that are hiring you to go out and facilitate different transactions for them, you want to make sure you follow the instructions they give you, okay? If I had not had that document flagged, I would have totally forgot that they wanted me to put a signature on it. Or even so, an initial, because it didn't have a signature line or initial line, but they specifically wanted the signers to sign or initial this document or whatever. So I flagged it. All right. So these are super important. I got a bunch of these off Amazon, but they also have them in Dollar Tree. Next, Post-it notepads. Post-it notepads are important as well. I use them frequently. Sometimes I need to put a flag tab on a pack of documents that I have in a folder just to differentiate them. Sometimes I don't want to write on a folder. I have terrible handwriting, so I don't really want to write on anything, but I'll put a flag tab on it. A Post-it on it. If I'm driving and the people are telling me, hey, we got a gate code, or, you got to do something special, make a turn here, or whatever. Instead of me putting it in my phone, I'll put it on a Post-it, if I get called while I'm out doing a signing for another signing and I need to call the person back, I may write it. So Post-it notes are just important, okay? And they're cheap. Get them at Dollar Tree. A compact stapler. You should have a compact stapler, okay? Some of my general notary people, if they have several documents that I'm notarizing for them and they're not stapled, but after I'm done notarizing them, they want them stapled, I have a stapler, okay? I don't want to say, oh, I don't have a stapler, I don't carry that, it won't look bad, but it's just the point, like, I'm the mobile professional, so I'm supposed to have an office in my bag at all times, and my office includes a compact stapler. Got it at Dollar Tree. A sheet or card magnifier. This is very helpful. I have had signers where we met somewhere, maybe they misplaced their reading glasses. And so me having that little card, it helps, okay? It's a magnifier card. It's the size of a credit card. And I have like 3 of them. I got it off Amazon. I forgot how much it was. I'll pull it out and I'll put it on the document so they can look at whatever they're looking at. And it helps. I've had to use it maybe a few times, but I do have them. A notepad to jot down things on. So sticky notes are cool, but having an actual notepad, something like this, is essential as well. Take notes while you're out, whatever you need to do. A signature guide. Yes, a signature guide is awesome too. I have not gotten one yet, but I have it in my cart. Yes, you are right. Get the metal ones. Oh, okay. I think I have plastic in my cart. Thank you. I'll make sure I put the metal one in my cart. You're going to need a tote for all the supplies listed. Okay, so a tote, or me, I have a bag with wheels. Okay, because as I've worked throughout my career as a notary, I've added more things to my bag that hurts my shoulder when I'm trying to carry it. So I have a rolling bag now. But for those of you who don't carry a lot of supplies or feel like you don't need a lot, you need to have a little tote bag, but you do need something that's big enough to carry everything. You're going to want to have a portable charger, okay? Especially because I'm using my phone all day long. You know, companies are contacting me. Oh, we forgot something. Can you print it? Or, oh, the signer said that needs to change something. Or, oh, we need this, we need that. You're gonna, charging up in the car is all right, but you're gonna need a portable charger. All right. So you should probably have one in your bag. I have one. A small umbrella. Funny story. I was going to do they were doing these signings for court. It was for like a court case. And I had 3 to do this day. And they were all in the same city, which was cool. But I got caught in the rain. Forgot I left my umbrella in my husband's car. And so I sat in the car. They were looking at me out the window of their house. And I was sitting there waiting for the rain to just lighten up. And they called me and said, is everything okay? I said, yes, everything is okay. I don't have an umbrella. So these gentlemen, it was 3 gentlemen. They came outside with like towels and they made like a tent for me. And I like ran into the house. It was so cool. But don't get caught without an umbrella. So get you a little umbrella, okay? Pepper spray. I know what you guys are saying. Why would I need pepper spray? Because everybody you notarize for the most part, is a stranger to you. I don't care how nice they are a stranger. You don't know what their intentions are. Can you set up an Amazon store? We can reference it from there later on. I do have an Amazon store, Jay. If you go on the notaryeducationgroup.com and go to resources, I have an Amazon store there. And it has everything here that I'm telling you guys about. I'm going to put the link here. NotaryEducationGroup.com. There you go. And go to Resources tab. Resources tab. Okay. So pepper spray. Okay. And you're going to want to have a small flashlight. I don't know about you guys, but in my area, it's pretty good. We have the street lights. But if I go a city over, they barely have any street lights. I'm like, what the heck? So if you're in your car at night, like I frequently am, especially with it getting darker earlier, you're going to want to have a little flashlight to look through some stuff if you need to. Look through your bag if you're trying to look for your key or something like that. You don't want to get caught out there just in the dark fumbling. You can't find nothing. Get you a little flashlight, okay? You also want to have payment processing tools. Don't get caught out there thinking everybody's going to have cash. I'm trying to tell you guys, I don't carry cash. I tell my customers, I prefer you not give me cash. Okay. I will send you an invoice and I want you to pay, and I will get a doop on my phone saying that you paid, and then I do the transaction and I leave. I don't like carrying cash on me. It makes me nervous. Okay. So you want to have payment processing, whether you're using a smartphone for tap to pay, or whether you have, let me show you guys. I don't want to lose my page. Whether you have one of these boys, which I never use because I don't have Zettle anymore. Okay, the little credit card processor thing. This is for Zettle through PayPal. It's really cool. I just never used it because I started using Stripe. And with Stripe, my payment processor is my phone. So I never had to use it. Yeah, you're right. Get paid 100. No. Close the door. You're right. Get paid up front. That's how I am. Just pay me and then, like that. I don't want to get there and you pay me. All right. Not unless I don't know what I'm, but for the most part, my customers give me what I need so I can see what's going to cost, everything like that. And then if I need to change it, I'll change it, but whatever. So yeah, payment processing tools. You want to have it so you can process credit card payments, debit card payments. Don't accept personal checks from customers. You can accept checks from clients, like if your client is a company, corporation, that's different. But customers just off the street, Joe Blows, no, we don't accept personal checks. Cash or card. Okay. All right. So that was general notary. General notary supplies. Now we're going to talk about signing agent supplies. All right. Now, if you are a signing agent, you are going to need a computer or a laptop. Okay. You're going to need a computer or a laptop. You're going to need a bag. Okay. Like I said, a tote bag, you're going to need a bag because you're going to have to be carrying those documents in your bag. So your bag can't be a little cute little one. It has to be substantial size. Yeah, you could carry them in your arms, but like I said, what if it starts raining? Now all your documents are wet. You need a bag that's big enough to be able to put those documents in there, okay? You need letter paper and legal paper because if you are doing closings, sometimes, many times, those documents are not just letter size. They have a mix of letter and legal size documents in there. So you're going to want to have packets of both. I usually buy in bulk. When I first got started out, I didn't buy in bulk because I wasn't that busy. But now I do have to buy in bulk. So I buy 10 reams at a time, legal and letter. And I go through my letter all the time. I don't go through my legal like that, but I go through my letter. Oh, yeah. That is a good one. That is a good one. Wear booties on your feet before going into residence. It's a good one. Yes, it is. Because some people, they don't want you wearing shoes in their house. Okay. There are some people's homes I've went to and their homes are beautiful and their floors are immaculate. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you want me to take my shoes off? And they're like, would you? I sure will. I don't want to mess up this pretty floor. But yeah, have the booties. They will be impressed. That's another something for me to add to my list. Keep sharing, my friend. Keep sharing. Okay. Next thing, blue pens. I did say for general notary, you need black and blue. You're going to definitely need blue if you're doing signings. Okay. You're going to want to have errors and omissions insurance. I know a whole lot of notaries who don't have errors and omissions insurance. They feel like they don't do enough work, so they don't need it. You'd be surprised. Okay. It doesn't matter how much work you get. Any transaction that you put your stamp and name on can be brought up against you in court. You want to have the errors and omissions insurance, okay? 250,000 or more, okay? Yes, I know notaries who have no E&O. Yeah. So at minimum, if you are doing signings, 250,000 is the minimum. I have $1 million or two. I think I have $1 million. But anyway, the minimum 250, okay? 250,000. You're going to want to have a monochrome laser printer. What is monochrome? Black. Black ink only. Okay? No, don't get color. Do not get color. The reason why I say don't get color because a lot of black toner does not come in color printers because it's a color printer. Okay? It has more color toner than black. You're going to want to have a monochrome laser printer. Okay? And you need to make sure it's a laser printer. If it says DeskJet or inkjet, it's not LaserJet. I mean, yeah, it's not a LaserJet. Okay? That means that it's using ink. And what happens when ink gets wet? It runs. You need a LaserJet printer. Dual tray, preferably. You can use a single tray that extends to a legal size. Okay, so it has letter and extends to legal. I used that for the first 2 years. And it worked just fine because, like I said, I wasn't busy. And you end up having to use a page separator because you are going to have the page separator does is it divides your signing package into letter and legal size paper. So you print all the letter size first, you print all the legal size first. And then it also prints out a document that's going to tell you how to put those pages back together. Okay, because when you return the documents, you have to return them in order. They don't usually like their papers to be out of order. They want it in order. Okay, so it prints out the sheet telling you Page 1, 2, 3, 4 is letter. Page 5, 6, 7 is legal. 8, 9, 10 is letter. 11, 12, 13 is legal. That's how it does it. So you're just putting the documents back together so that it's the same packet. Now with a dual tray, can I turn my computer around? Let me see. Let's see. Okay, so there's my dual tray printer. It has 2 trays, 1 tray for letter, 1 tray for legal. And when I print the documents, everything prints in order because the computer or the printer, I'm sorry, is able to recognize the letter in legal. So it prints from both, but it keeps everything in order. So that's why it's preferred you have a dual tray. But if you can't afford it like I did it, you can use a single tray. Okay. And the page separator is free on notaryrotary.com. Okay. When I first started out, everything I could use that's free. Okay. That sounds like a powerhouse printer right there. So yes, have the laser printer, guys, monochrome. Okay. You also want to have a multi-page portable scanner. My scanner is downstairs in my notary bag, but I've showed it plenty of times to you guys. It is a small, compact scanner. I can feed 20 or 30 pages in at a time, and it scans really quick. You're going to want to have that because most companies want scan backs, and they're not asking you for scan backs so they can check your work. They're asking for scan backs so they can fund. Okay, as long as they have those scans, they can fund while they're waiting for the documents to come in the mail. So you need to have a portable scanner so you can scan those documents back to them and they can get their stuff on a ball. Okay, you don't want to hold them up. Next, I don't want to read that, but I listed printer and scanner models. Okay, if you have the book, you'll be able to see this. I just listed different printers by name and model number, and you can Google them and see which one you like. I also listed scanners here as well, portable scanners. My portable scanner that I have, let me see, because when I got it, I think I paid $200 for it. Let me see, it's the Epson. I forgot the model number, but I'm gonna pull it up here. Let's see. No, that's not it. Is this it? This looks like it. Epson Workforce ES200. Let's see. To share, you can use app called Cam Scanner to scan .via. Okay, so I don't recommend Cam Scanner. Not unless you know how to scan it and not have that printed at the bottom saying scan by Cam Scanner. I prefer to use Adobe Scan. With Adobe Scan, it does not print anything at the bottom of your pages. Now, Cam Scanner, when I used to use it, it will say scan by Cam Scanner at the bottom. So I wouldn't recommend using that if they're still doing that. Oh, it's still the same price on Amazon too? Oh, yeah. I don't know how much it is. I think this is the one I have though, the Epson Workforce ES200. Let me see. Here we go. I just want to see how much it is. Oh, you got to pay to remove it? Okay. Yeah, I stopped using it for that reason. Okay, so it says here, oh yeah, it's 200. Yeah, I got it for 200 plus taxes. So it says $199 at Best Buy, and that's where I got it from. So that's what I have, Sharon. I have the Epson ES200, I think, and it was $199. Okay. So yeah, that is what's on those other pages. Let's keep going. Here, I told you how to distinguish between a printer that is LaserJet or inkjet. We already talked about that. Okay. All right, and that was it about that. So now we're going to go to Guide 2. Guide 2 talks about notary essentials, how to perform a notarization. Okay. Now, I do have several videos on the channel that's showing you how to notarize documents if you guys need to see that. Okay. Now, when we're notarizing documents, all right, of course, this is for those notaries who have not done it yet. Okay. Because there are some of those people who haven't done any notarizations that's watching. Okay. First order of business, you got to have physical presence. Okay. That signer needs to be physically in front of you, whether it's online in front of you on a camera or in person in front of you. They have to be in front of you. Okay. I don't care if it's a power of attorney signing. That power of attorney has to be in front of you. Okay. The person who is signing the documents needs to be physically in front of you so that you can ID them. You can assess for willingness and awareness and ask any other questions that you need to ask. People stay off marketplace of Facebook buying equipment if you want to be safe. Oh, okay. Is what on the YouTube channel, Sharon? The scanner or the videos of notarizing documents? All right, so physical presence. Number 2, and I don't know why they have this, it's everywhere on Facebook. We're not supposed to care about what the documents look like or whatever. We just sign and we stamp. That's not true. You have to review those documents to make sure there are no missing pages, there are no incompleteness to it. I have signers that come to me and their documents aren't filled out at all. So I'm supposed to just sign that and stamp it? Yes, videos to notarize documents. They're on YouTube, on the channel. So I'm supposed to just sign the document and stamp it and not worry about what they're going to do with it? No, 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 no. You should not be notarizing incomplete documents. You should not be notarizing documents that are missing pages. You should not be notarizing documents that list a different person than the person that's in front of you. You shouldn't be doing that. We have to review the documents. Okay. You got to thoroughly examine them. You need to know what type of notarization you're performing. What if the document doesn't have any notarial wording? You got to be able to know these things. And how do you do that? By reviewing the documents, okay? Next, you're going to identify the signers, okay? Make sure those signers' names are listed in the document as being the signer. I've had many times people bring me documents saying that they were going to sign and their name is not even in there. Oh, well, I usually sign for so-and-so. So what? Like, no. So we can't do that. Oh my goodness. You know what? You guys are able to hear me and I don't have, stop. I've had my headset plugged in this whole time. You guys were able to hear me? Did I sound low? My headset is sitting right here. And you guys could hear me? Really? Wow, okay. Well, I just unplugged it. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Should I put the headset back in? I need to know if you guys can hear me before I start talking more. Let me see. I'm gonna put the headset back in. I'll just put it on my head. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, okay. Okay, good. All right. Let's see. Yes, have to identify your signers because, like I said, people, they come to me all the time, and I'm pretty sure some of you who notarize, you have the same issue sometimes where people will try to get you to sign documents and their name is not listed. You're identifying them, their ID's expired, or it's a mess. Next, you want to assess the signer for willingness and awareness. Anytime a signer comes to you with documents, you need to make sure they understand them. And you can ask the question. You'd be surprised. I've had people tell me no. No, I don't understand. They just told me to sign. Okay, well, what I want you to do is I want you to take your time and go over the documents and then we'll proceed. Oh, no, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I can't notarize anything that you don't understand. You don't understand what you're signing. I'm not putting my name on that. You can sit there, read the document, go over it, call anybody you need to call before I sign and notarize it. Okay. That's how that goes. Using your notary journal. Okay. Now you want to put it all in the journal. Okay. You reviewed the document, you identified the signer, you reviewed everything. They're there. Now let's put it all in the journal. Okay. Your journal should be filled in and signed and fingerprinted before you start notarizing the documents. You should not notarize the documents and then, okay, before you go, can you sign my journal? No, no, I gotta go. Fill out your journal first, then notarize the document in that order. Okay. After you notarize the document, check for errors or omissions. I can't tell you guys how many times I may have forgot to check a box. I forgot to put the date. I forgot to put my initials on something that I striked out, or maybe I forgot to strike something out. I was just going so fast. I was talking. Who knows what I was doing? You got to check your own work. Once that customer leaves, you can't make those corrections. Okay. Once they leave, the notarization is complete. So check for errors and omissions before they go so you can make the necessary changes if needed. Okay. Now, I don't know why this gets confusing for some people, but you have an acknowledgement and a jurat. Okay. A person brings a document to you, they're asking you to notarize it. It has no notarial wording whatsoever. We have to add one. Okay. Customers will ask you, well, does it matter which one I choose? Which one do you think is better? No, it doesn't matter which one you choose, but you have to choose one because I can't just sign and stamp your document without letting the document receiver know what was done in order for the transaction to take place. Okay. Did you come before me and acknowledge your signature? Did you swear to me the information was true to the best of your knowledge? I need to tell them what it was. And then we're signing and dating. And they're like, oh, okay. So they choose. You have to give them the options, explain the options. They choose, then you attach the loose certificate. Okay. The acknowledgement is them acknowledging their signature and understanding what the document is they're signing. The jurat is them swearing to the trueness of the content of the document and then signing. That's the easiest way to explain it. It doesn't have to be rocket science. Okay. Consult your state handbook to make sure if you get a document, let's say from another state, which that's going to happen. I've had notaries say or ask me, can I notarize a document from another state? Absolutely. It's going to happen all the time. You just have to make sure that you follow your state jurisdiction. Okay. What can you do in your state? What can't you do in your state? Sometimes you may be asked to do a duty that you can't do in your state. For example, here in Florida, we can't signature witness. Okay. So I would have to change that certificate out. Stop, girl. That's my cat. So verify the notary certificate that is present. Make sure that it has all of the elements that you need. Okay. In Florida, there's a few elements that we need. I think 8 to be exact, that need to be present. Okay. On a certificate. So I have to check the certificate to make sure it's there. If I'm able to, I can add the missing elements. If there's not enough room, I'll just add a loose certificate for the same type of act that is present. Okay. And how do you know what duties you can do in your state? Your handbook. Always reference your state handbook. Some important elements that you want to be sure is there. Your venue, statement of particulars. It's just telling you, did you do an acknowledgement? Was there a jurat? What's the person's name? The date the transaction was performed, the type of ID that they showed to identify themselves, and so forth. And you got to have the notary sign and seal section. Whether there's a line for you to sign your name or not, you need to make sure your name is signed to the certificate, and you need to make sure your stamp is near your signature. Okay. Now, remember, as a notary, we cannot choose the notarization type. Even if we know based on the type of document that they're presenting to us, what type of notarization should be performed, we can't choose it. We have to explain to the signer what the differences are, and they have to choose it. I use an electronic journal. Okay. What is a hybrid certificate? Okay. This was something that I learned about last year, I think. So, with a hybrid certificate, what they do is they try to combine two notarization types into one notarial block. Okay. And as cool as it could be for them, like I told you, the people who come to us to get documents notarized, it's not their job to know what we're supposed to do. So you can't get frustrated and say, why would you do this? I can't do this. That's not their job. That's your job to identify what you can and cannot do. I know I cannot notarize a jurat. No, I know that I can't notarize an acknowledgement when, what is it in the handbook? I cannot notarize an acknowledgement where they are swearing to. Okay. It has to be one or the other. It has to be either a jurat or an acknowledgement. They have a couple. They have Jurat Inc. and they have no. Let me Google it. I know Jurat Inc. is one of them. Okay, cool. Yes, it is. It is a great journal, actually. I prefer the electronic because I don't like to write. Let's see. What's the other? Is it Notary Act? I think it's Notary Act. Is the other. Yes, that's another electronic journal. So you have Jurat Inc. and Notary Act. Those are the two electronic journals. Okay, check them out. So for a hybrid certificate, okay, unless you're in a state where they allow you to perform an acknowledgement and jurat in one, you can do it. My state, we can't. If a jurat is to be performed, a jurat is what it is. I cannot use that certificate. I strike through it, put my initials in the date, and I attach a certificate for a jurat. Okay. You cannot swear with an acknowledgement in my state. Okay. What is a loose certificate? A loose certificate, I have one here actually. Ugh. Let's see. A loose certificate is just an additional page where you are adding your notarial wording, okay, to the document. If the wording there does not meet your state requirements or is missing, you add this loose certificate. Now, I also have certificate stamps. If I have enough room on the document, I will just stamp the document with the certificate that has been selected or that needs to go there. I prefer the stamp better than the form, the loose certificate itself, because the loose certificate itself, it could be misplaced or damaged. But if you stamp it right onto the document, it's not going anywhere. Okay, it's like it was printed on there. So I do like my notary certificate stamps. Okay, when would you add a loose certificate? Just like I told you, if there is one there that's not compliant, if there's one missing, what if you do have one that is compliant, but there's not enough space for you to put your signature and your stamp? That does happen. And I hate when I see documents that come like that. I'm like, they literally left me no space to put my stamp. So you're going to have to add a loose certificate because you cannot put your stamp on the back of the page. You can't put it on a separate sheet of paper by itself. It needs to be with the notarial block. What if you got to make corrections? What if you made a mistake on the certificate? Add a loose certificate. Okay, strike through it, put your initials, put on there, see attached certificate, and attach a loose certificate. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It happens. Okay, what if you have multiple signers? This is another one. Yeah, you got to get them stamps, man. Though they're a game changer. I love them. I had to use them on a document I did at a doctor's office. It was 17 certificates that I had to attach. And all of the documents had room for me to use my stamp. So I was stamping away, boy, stamping away like, yes, because oh my goodness, it would have been a headache attaching 17 loose certificates. Okay. 17 notarizations that day. All right. Multiple signers or multiple notarial acts. That's another reason why you would add a loose certificate. Let's say I came to you, I needed to sign a document, and my husband is in another state working. He also needs to sign the document. If I come to you and you see that both of us need to sign the document, are you going to refuse to notarize for me? You shouldn't, because you can notarize for whomever comes before you. Okay. Now, if I come before you, you're just notarizing my signature. You're going to use the certificate that's there, if there's one there, or you're going to attach one. And then she's going to mail, well, I'm going to mail the documents to my husband. He's going to meet with another notary, and that notary is going to notarize his signature. This is what we call a split signing. And that is going to happen a lot, actually. People, live in different states, or, what if it's an estate type thing where multiple people are on it? There's 3 people that live in the same state and the other people are scattered all over. They do that all the time. What if the document did have certificate and it had me and my husband's name in the certificate? What do? You just strike through his name and you can use the certificate. Okay. Strike through the name of the person that's not there. When the document gets to them, that notary should know to add a certificate for the person that they're notarizing for. Or what if I'm the second person? What if my husband got the documents notarized and that notary used the certificate that's on the document and strikes my name? The notary where I am should know to add a certificate showing that my signature was notarized. Okay? That's how you do split signings, and that's why you may need to use a loose certificate as well. And I have this in the book in the details and all that stuff. All right. A document witness and a credible witness. What's the difference? Well, a document witness is just needed as an additional pair of eyes to witness the signature on a document with the notary. The credible witness is used as a form of identification because the person who came before you didn't have ID or their ID is expired. Yep. Oh, yeah. I've had that too. Did partnership documents, and there was um, 4 partners. Yeah. That was pretty interesting. All right. Yeah. So that's the difference between those 2 witnesses, okay? Credible witnesses for ID purposes. Document witness is just another set of eyes that they want there to witness a signature. You're going to see that a lot for power of attorneys, wills. Um, is it the mortgage or the deed? One of those. Like there's several different types of documents that want document witnesses in addition to the notary. Now, being a Florida notary, I can serve as one witness as well as notarizing. There are some states where the notary cannot be a witness and the notary on the same document. So check your state handbook. Okay. People that cannot be a witness, and I get this all the time, but this is why you have to let people know because, and I'm going to keep saying it. Remember, yep, power of attorney. I think that became super popular with COVID. Do you feel like that? Like it came about power of attorneys after the fact? Everybody was trying to get their estate documents in order when that came around. What was I saying? Oh, so remember, and I'm going to keep saying this, it is not your customer's job to know what you can and cannot do as a notary. All right. So when you tell them, hey, I see we need witnesses on your document. Oh, okay, my husband's here. Automatically let them know who can and cannot be a witness. So here in my state, I tell them that you need a witness. The witness cannot be your spouse, parent, or child. So it could be anybody else, but none of them. Okay. And they're like, oh. It also cannot be a person who is listed in the document. So let's say Mary and Joe are signing the document, and Mary like, I'll be the witness. You can't be the witness. Your name is listed in the document as a signer. Okay. So yeah, make sure you let them know that. Minors also can't be a witness. Okay. Anyone younger than 18 years of age cannot be a witness on the document. I don't care if they do have ID. They need to be 18 or older. Okay. People who are mentally incapacitated cannot be a witness on a document. Okay. And individuals with conflict of interest. Okay. Let's say that they are signing a document where they are placing someone to be their power of attorney. Well, the person who was being assigned as the power of attorney, they cannot be a witness on the document. Okay. That is conflict of interest. Okay. We already talked about that. Talked about that. Yeah. So I gave you some pictures of a journal and how a journal entry looks. And then we also talk about the notary work diagram for efficient processes. Okay. That is in there for you guys. Okay. I also have shared it in the Facebook group. I believe it's in the file section. And then there's like a little crossword puzzle here, just going over all of the different words that appeared in the guide. And that's it. So, what you guys think about guide 1A and 2? Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to make sure this person is able, because there was one situation where a friend of mine, they went to I think it was a nursing home or a hospital to notarize documents for a person, and they were kind of in and out because they had taken their medicine. Do you think they should have notarized for that person? Probably not. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Probably not, because that person legally cannot make any type of judgment or decisions, be it under the influence of drugs. Even though it's not illegal drugs, they're still under the influence of drugs, medication. So you shouldn't be notarizing for them. You need to wait. Okay. And that's probably not what they're going to want to hear, but that is just best practices for you as a notary. All right, guys. So that was it for the book review. I think we did good. We did it in an hour. Went over guide 1A and 2. Next, we're going to go over, what is it? 2A? What's 2A? Did I not go over? Wait a minute. Let me look. Yes, guide 2A and then 3. I don't know if we're going to do both because I don't know. Guide 2A is how to facilitate. They lose travel fee, right? They lose travel fee if I got to come all the way up there. How to facilitate a real estate closing as a notary public. That's guide 2A. So I'm not going to be able to do the book review this Saturday coming up, the next Saturday. It would have to be the Saturday following. Okay. And guide 3 is starting a business for notaries. Okay. So We may be able to do both, but I will let you guys know. It'll probably be on a Saturday at 8:30 again. Also, a reminder, December 3rd, I'm sure I'll talk to you guys again before that, but December 3rd is our notary meetup at Board and Brush. You need to go to the website and register so that I know you're going. After you register, you're going to get an email. Check your email. In that link is the link for you to go to the Board and Brush website, the Board and Brush website for you to be able to pick your project. You have to pay for the project, and then they will have your materials for your specific project ready when you get there. Okay, remember, I'm going to be providing snacks and mimosas. So I'm looking forward to meeting everyone in person. And if you have my book, make sure you bring it because I will be doing book signing as well. All right. Other than that, I'm done for tonight. You guys have a good rest of the weekend, and I will talk to you guys again on Monday. Those of you who are watching me on Facebook, you're going to have to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe so you can get notified when I go live. Or you can just look for the reminder in the Facebook group and then join us. But I won't be going live in the Facebook group for the Monday Q&A. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to go. You have a good night. Bye.